Imagine graduating from school or even university full of hope, only to find that nearly two of every young people like you have no job and no clear path forward. This isn't a distance crisis. This is South Africa, bro. Today, where the youth unemployment is surged to 62%, the highest in the world, apparently. But behind this number lies a deep story of inequality, number one, broken systems, and a generation left behind. Man, I'm always see a lot of people talking about this, and I'm like, I think sometimes maybe it's better to do a little bit of research and see what's gonna come in with the research. And stay till the end because I'm breaking everything down so you know where you stand and how you can improve it. So I find this kind of interesting because people have misconceptions about xenophobia, Afrophobia, and me for decades that I live in South Africa, I always bullshitting those things. And this is very interesting.
Believe South Africans are neither xenophobic or Afrophobic. Most of them are misinformed when it comes to the issue of migration and foreign nationals. It's because of political leaders who, whenever they're given a platform, they want to plant seeds of xenophobia everywhere they go. So whenever they fail to deliver on something, it's foreign nationals. Are you telling me, especially the ruling party and the opposition, I just want to,
Before she asks a question, let me know in a comment below. Is every problem in South Africa related to foreign nationals? If so, do you know how many foreign nationals are in South Africa? Okay, the most victimized foreign nationals in South Africa, they are Africans uh, that coming out of like their country, like especially running from war. Like for example, people from Democratic Republic of the Congo. You cannot deny that because South Africa has to send even soldier to go fight in Congo, right? So people come from Zimbabwe because of the economical failure in Zimbabwe that we do understand. People come from Malawi because of the hunger, anger, hunger, hunger hunger in Malawi, right? Mismanagement of Africans, politicians, bad governance from African politicians, African leaders, which is a big thing to debate, which is it's keep on continue surging like for 99%, right? A lot of things. So many people from Africa, like South Africa, is like the lollipop of Africa, and then many people they always trying to like come here to buy it, to look for something so they can find uh like like they can better their life. I mean, when you look at the people like in Mexico, they all go to America. Colombia, they all go to America. People in what is it? It's in Europe. They always go to Germany. They always go to whatever the biggest, goodest country. Like people from Turkey, they will go to Germany. People from Poland, they go to Germany. People from Austria, they go to Germany. Austrians, they don't even speak their own language. They speak a German language. Things like that. So, are you telling me every problem in South Africa, it's because of the foreign national? I don't know, but for me, I want you to answer that for me. Now, listen carefully to this lady's question and tell me in the comments. I want us to have a proper conversation, not like people that will come to the YouTube just to insult. No, I want you to educate. I want you to educate people that they are reading your comments because based on your comments, they will judge you, right? So listen carefully.
especially DA and other political parties that are in this room, because I believe the EFF is actually pan-African. They've made that clear. But with these other political parties, I want to ask you just two questions. If all foreign nationals were to leave this country, are all unemployed South Africans going to be employed? If all foreign nationals were to leave this country, is the health system going to improve in this country? Thank you very much. Okay.
Can you answer that? Do you think that's going to be possible? As for me, it's gonna be impossible. Why am I saying this? Because I'm not from here. And buddy, listen to me carefully. I'm not trying to bang in chest, but I've met a lot of people that we exchange knowledge and we educate each other and we showing each other at least some few tricks. Those tricks that will help you in your future life. For example, some skills, um, some sort of things like that. Like I can't just started to mention over here, but there is a lot. And you understand that by knowing some few things, it can help you, right? It's not gonna make you a millionaire, it's not gonna make you a billionaire, but it's going to align you to a path where you cannot keep on failing every time or being unsuccessful every time you wanted to do something. And you find that there was a lack of that small thing. For example, the next video that I'm gonna make, please make sure to hit the button, subscribe, activate the bell notification, because I'm gonna bring some 5 side hustles that you can do in South Africa that so many people I know they've been living doing that, and they've never complained about government, they've never complained about foreign nationals, they've never complained about healthcare and stuff like that. I'm a foreign national in South Africa. I don't use public hospital for so many things. Maybe emergencies, right? I'm not saying private hospital are my things. I'm never just going to the hospital or to the clinic easily. Why? Because when something is happening, Clicks is just close to me. I'm just gonna go like get a prescription from the doctor, and I go to Clicks. And after that, 2, 3 days, 4 days, a week, 2 weeks, I'm recovering. I'm fine, right? And those who go for medication in public services are the people that are super vulnerable. They don't have even 50 rand to buy themselves medication. So you telling me like stopping someone who's going to get a panado from the clinic, from a public hospital, does it make it you a hero from your country? Does it make it Mandela? I mean, I don't get that thing, but I want you to think about that, because first of all, South Africa said that they will never have a refugee camp in Africa. Unlike like some other country like Tanzania, Uganda, and some other country like Ghana and stuff like that. Like that guy, Davis, Antonio Davis, the Bayern Munich left back. He was born in Ghana, in a camp, refugee camp, and then they had to take them to Canada, right? So, and he never had a Ghanaian citizenship, things like that. So the thing is, those vulnerable even if you stop them, they will still keep coming. But there are some other people that they don't use public services like daily, routinely and stuff like that, right? So that's not going to help it. That's not gonna change it, because Nelson Mandela say like in Africa you cannot be a refugee in Africa, and then they took that into consideration, blah 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 and stuff like that. He was right. I would say yes or no, because you don't know how the future is going to unfold, right? And things like that. And now, this is why you see, if you live in South Africa, the courts, constitutional courts, Minister of Health, immigrations, when you bring those things to court, you will always going to lose, because you are going against the rights of some people. If the ministers or the health department, they see they are incapable, or the youth in employment, they see they are incapable of providing things to foreign nationals, to everybody in South Africa, they will tell you, right? But it's not still the case. They're still a bit like they are able to do so. So unemployment, I remember one day Vusi Tembekwayo once says like, South Africa has no any problem of unemployment, but South Africa has the problem of education. And that hits me so bad, right? So we're talking about unemployment, right? So unemployment or education. So I went over to ChatGPT um, and asked ChatGPT to summarize everything that I've given him, right? South African youth unemployment surged to 62%, the worst apparently in the world. Create for me an understanding board describing all that by age and inequality, right? So you have to please be careful, listen carefully. All right. Here's what ChatGPT is telling me. Here is a refined understanding board breakdown South Africa's youth unemployment at 62.4% or for age of 2015 to 24 in quarter one of 2025 and 46.1 for ages 15 to 34, highlighting age-based disparities and intersecting inequality, right? So this is what we're gonna have to go. The number one here is the youth unemployment by age group, first quarter of 2025. This is age group 15 to 24. Okay, so this is like 62.4%. Okay, I will say that's like how they consider more about the youth, right? But like I was like from 20 years old up to 24, people needs like uh people need to work, right? If you're not at university, then people need to work, right? Change since 2015, it's like a by plus 12.1 pp from 50.3. All right. So what's pp actually? I don't know about pp. I'm talking about change. This is like a change, okay? Then you come here to 25 years old to 34 years old. The unemployment rate is 40.4. Man, this is really too big. Because if you started to calculate the numbers of those people, they're over like they are a lot, bro. Like, you know. And then you come here 15 to 34, the number is like a 46.1. So the 15 to 24 group holds the highest unemployment rate of 62% and is the worst globally. The broader use brand 1534 shows similarly break trend. So this is now intersectional inequality, gender gaps for ages of 15 to 24. NEET, not in education, employment, or training. These women are 37.5%. This is where you're going to have to focus on. So when Vusi or some other professors are saying that South Africa has no problem of unemployment, but a problem of education, then they might be right. Like when we're talking about education, I always say like in English countries, people define education in a wrong way. Because if you go to Latin, if you wanted to define education in Latin, it's educare, which translates to educare, right? That means showing someone, train someone, lead someone, right? But here, when we're talking about education, we just see like formal education, like going to school, get a degree, and started to work normal life, and they call you being educated. No, that's not the meaning of education. Education means being instructed, being told to do something, being shown, being exercised to perform a task, right? Being trained to do something. That means you are educated in a certain certain area, right? And education, you can see it's a really big thing in South Africa, right? So when they ask you what can you do, you say you can do everything when you're going to looking for a job. No, but you can't do anything. Please specify what can you do. What are you good at, right? Age 15, 34, NEET at 45%, 21. Women are more affected. Women, right? Education level, unemployment within youth is strongly tied to education. This is what I was talking about. Those without metric 51.3 unemployed, down from 61.6 in 2014. You're right. Do you understand this? Those without metric, those that have never matriculated, right? With metric, 70%, down from 77 in 2014. University graduates fare significantly better with unemployment around 23.9%. You can see the people that went to university, the people that graduate, their unemployment rate is low. That means if we have more educated people, more trained people, more skilled people in South Africa, we're going to have to cut down the unemployment rate in South Africa. So you don't have to blame people, the outsiders, right? I'm going to give you an example for myself. I studied political science. I studied electronic. I have a diploma in IT, right? And I've done some other little things just to help myself, right? But ever since I've been in South Africa, with no proper document, I cannot work corporate work because it's being reserved for South Africans. I've always told people that I don't have a permanent resident, so I can't perform my task. Even if like I'm a cybersecurity specialist, I can work for the biggest corporation, biggest company. They will tell me like, but you don't have a South African ID. You don't have a permanent resident. We cannot employ you as an asylum seeker. And even if you have a visa, like it's depend of what type of visa you have. Do you understand? So you don't have those kind of proper skills, right, to be employed. Then you shouldn't be like, oh, blah, 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 blaming foreign nationals, blaming the government, blaming somebody who's suffering from medications and stuff like that. Geographic and socioeconomic divides. Rural provinces like Northwest and Eastern Cape see youth unemployment 54 to 59% with low labor participation. All right. Early childhood inequality, poor education, nutrition, infrastructure raises vulnerability. Racial and household context. Black youth disproportionately impacted by 70% of youth unemployment. This 12% for white youth in 2014. So this is again a bigger thing in South Africa, racial inequality. For sure, there is less white people in South Africa than the black people in South Africa. Therefore, the youth in employment among white people, it's going to be less. This is a fact. You cannot deny that. 60% of youth age 15 to 24 live in low-income households. Among 25 to 34, it's 44%, right? Discouraged job seeker. Nearly 1.9 million discouraged youth 15 to 34 have stopped actively job hunting. So I'm about to give you a hint of the video that I'm making next time. So please make sure to hit the button, subscribe, activate the bell notification so you cannot miss. But I'm just giving you a hint. What I'm doing here, I'm creating a legacy. I'm talking to you. It's a YouTube. You're just gonna see like this guy's a YouTuber, blah 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 and stuff. No, it's not just like that. When you see people like Amini Lamini there on the TV, you see AKA was singing Casper Nyovez. It's like no, they had a dream. They had to pursue their dream. Like you have your dream, pursue your dream. Do what you want to do. Do what you like to do. Become who you want to become. Right? Don't let the politicians, the people, the clouds misdirecting you. No, follow your dream, follow your voice, stand for yourself, be stubborn for your vision. Because without inspiration, you cannot become who you want to become. Please listen to me. Without inspiration, you cannot become who you want to become. There is a lot of things to do like right now. The internet is full of things. Now we are even in a generation, AI generation. I do understand it's tough because we don't have the right information. But if you approach people, if you talk to people, if you get out of your comfort zone, out of your environment, you might be knowing something. You might be getting something, right? I remember this quote that say, if you don't change your environment is going to change you. And this is very big. Get out there, bro. Like I remember I did designing course in 3 months, and I started to design what I wanted to design, right? I did it at Udemy and I paid some money. It was not a lot of money, but I was like, they can deduct from my bank. I want to be a designer. Like designing is different. You can be a just like a graphic designer, you can be a user interface designer. I mean, you can develop the moment you are in, right? And for me to do that, because I wanted to create my things, I wanted to create my thumbnails, I want to create my posters on social media, right? Because if on social media you have a lot of following, you can get brand deals. By getting brand deals, you can provide for yourself, right? You can go to restaurants and tell them, look, I'm gonna hold your social media accounts, I'm gonna manage it, I'm gonna post for you. It's gonna be like this. Please give me a contract, and you become an entrepreneur, a marketer, and stuff like that. There is a lot of things you can do. So please make sure to hit the button subscribe, and I will share many of them in the next video instead of blaming people up and down. So you understand that the keys, the youngest youth 15 to 24 face the most extremely jobless, 62.4%. Are unemployed, the worst rates globally. Education is a protective factor. Those with university degrees fare much better. All right. So you understand both skills and structural barriers, education, network, geography, historical racism drive disparity. A significant share of youth inactive either discouraged or NEET, worsening long-term inequality. So there is no anything about foreign national taking your job. No, there is not. Please take that out of your mind. You are in your country. You have ID. Foreign nationals, many of them, they don't have it. They're not gonna get any loan at the bank, right? They're not gonna be presidential candidates. They're not. It's totally different. That's make it a big difference. If they are refugees, then they're gonna have a red ID, which shows that they are refugees and they derive from somewhere. So when you're fighting them, you don't know who you are fighting. Instead, focusing on yourself, improve yourself, empower yourself, and you will see, my man, you will see like within 3 to 5 years, your life is going to change because there is a lot of things to learn online. There is a lot. Just go in ChatGPT. Tell ChatGPT, give me 10 side hustles idea that I can do to better my life in South Africa. It's going to give you ideas. If you see a business you like, go there. Ask for people. Talk to people. The entrepreneurs. How did you do this? How did you be curious about life? That's all about life is all about that. If you ain't curious, you're never gonna know anything. You're just gonna be there and then boom, nothing is happening. You know? All right. So this is a lot for today, and a new video is coming. So please make sure to hit the button subscribe, activate that bell notification, and I will see you in the next video. All right, guys. Cheerio. I love you. Please drop a meaningful comments, talk nicely, and let's interact. And I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.